Here we are in Joliet, Illinois for what should be the shortest target race this season, the Sunoco 200, only 21 laps around Chicago. As teammates coming to this race 1-2 in points, they're going to try and keep those positions. Others are going to try and rip it from them as we take a look at our 42-car field. On pole is the A7 Roland Cook, who's outside is the 5 of Jeff Bright. Then 30th Patrick Smith, 4th Isaac Nicholson, running up the top 5 Alexander Rowe. Then 6th you have Jonathan Buford, 7th is James Chicagoland, Jay Jefferson 8th, 9th Gatlin Down, and running up the top 10 Hunter Powers in the 14, who will be staying in this car for the rest of the season. That was just announced a few races ago. Let's look at the rest of the starting lineup. Joe Jefferson in the 32nd in points, right there just outside the top 10. Steve Morgan, who's inside. They got Alex Stewart and Ann McDowell, along with Christian Parker and Jonathan Raines. Jake Galloway and who's outside teammate Michael Ferris. They got Juan Garcia and Justin Zidell, along with Marcus Sachi and Colton Yo, and Levi Shums and Wyatt Walker, Eli Bright and TJ Hanley, and Luke Rainey and Joe Sandrovich, John Gambit and Marco Chapez, and Tim Randolph and Steve Larker, Jose Fernandez and Code Luigi, and John West and Michael Sanders. Jim Gambit, your points in the 31, Max Action, who's outside. They got Justin Heath and Jason Larker, running out the field, Jennifer Buford in the 62, Roland Emmerich in the 51, who's inside. As we get set to go green in the shortest race of the Target Series season, the Sunoco 200, let's go down trackside to get the command.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Settle in, relax, take a deep breath. It's a long, hard race. Gotta pace yourself.
As the field rolls off the starting grid, Roland Cook on pole. Jeff Bright, who's outside in the 5. It should be one wild race here at Chicago. So many times in this past, I don't think we've ever had a race here where the margin of victory has been more than a car length. I think every time we've come to this track in the Sunoco 200 in the Target Series, it's been a margin of victory by at least less than a car length. Will we see something like that here tonight? We're about to find out after 21 laps. The pace car's in. Roland Cook, Jeff Bright, front row. As they come down the front stretch to start the Sunoco 200, we're racing at Chicago. Green flag in the air. Dead even as they head down into turn number 3. Roland Cook with the advantage entering turn number 3 on the bottom lane. Jeff Bright got a great start to this race, but he's going to lose the race lead. Now Cook moves up high from the pole. Patrick Smith to his insides. They race off a 4 to lead lap 1. 3 wide further back of the pack. Lap 1 led by Roland Cook in the A7 on the outside. 5 points for him. As he led from the pole position. They're 3 wide inside the top 10 and a little bit farther back in the pack. Hunter Powers in the 14 stick up top. Joe Jefferson in the middle of all that. As Patrick Smith now slides up the track. Alexander on the A2 moved to the bottom for the race lead. As James Curligan in the 01 behind him as they hit 3 and 4 for the second time tonight. First time at full speed. Now Curligan moves to the inside of the 01. Gets a little tight down low. Alexander up the track a little bit. Cars into the wall. Getting pretty antsy back there. It looks like a little bit of a separation there in the pack. I don't know if someone got slow and got up high or if something happened off turn 2 there or caused something. But they got a little bit slower there towards the middle of the pack. Cars spread out. Should be able to get back up into a pack easily. Those there still 3 wide appear. Gatlin Downey will go for the race lead now down the backstretch. Yeah, I don't know if a car was... Oh! 14 is slow. Hunter Powers down to the apron to pit road. So issues for substitute Hunter Powers. He's on pit road with an issue, but that has spread the pack out even more. You can see the 2 cars, the first one in this pack. That is right now the 13th position. We got 12 cars in this main pack as they head down the backstretch. And McDowell with the race lead number 16. See the 3 wide move there for Christian Parker in the 40 as Gatlin Downey got into the wall in the 52. And McDowell leads by a nose as we still got a 12 car breakaway at the front. 19th Juan Garcia to the bottom lane, number 19. 29 Jonathan Buford behind him in second. Now Buford makes it 3 wide. Isaac Nichols can make it 4 wide right here. And they're going to make it somehow as they were 4 wide, still heading each other. Nichols up into Jonathan Buford a little bit. There's Roland Cook. Now makes it 3 wide to the bottom. Your Bulls are coming back in the A7. Somehow they made it work there. This 12 car back pack getting a little antsy is behind them. 13th on back trying to run them down. Roland Cook in the A7. As Patrick Smith in the 09 moves to the inside. Jay Jefferson in the 1 is up here. Jeff Bright in the 5. Make a little contact with Alexander Rowe. There was a car in the grass. They're in the dirt or something there. I don't know where that came from. Look at Jay Jefferson going to make it 3 wide for the race lead into turn number 1. Jefferson hard charging on the bottom lane. Has Jeff Bright in the 5 behind him. As they race down the back, Jeff Bright's going to make it 3 wide now. Or can he? He's trying to get to the inside. Looks like he does, but barely. Now Adam McDowell makes it 4 wide. This could be a big disaster as they come off of 4. Patrick Smith and the 09 to the wall, and they somehow make it once again, but there's only so many times you can go 4 wide here and make it work at Chicago. One false mistake, and it's going to turn into a disaster. So it's a 12-car battle for the lead down the backstretch. They're trying to close them back there. I think that's the 32 or the 31 lead in the pack. I don't know which one it is. Both of them look pretty similar. As Gatlin Downey will make it 3 wide now. Some great racing at the front here in this front 12-car pack. McDowell leads the lap. We're just below halfway through this race. I don't know if Hunter Powers is now... He is a lap down the 14th. So, see back there that big raging pack trying to run these guys down, but it's just so... Oh, look at this 4 wide, though. This could end it right here. The 4 wide move, and it somehow works once again. Jonathan Beeford able to back out of it. Christian Parker in the 40 is out front. As you look back here, who is leading this train? It's the 32 of Luigi leading it. He's trying to pull away from the pack, actually, as Jeffrey Beeford is behind in second in this pack. That is right now the front 13, or the back behind 12th. So that's 13th, 14th, 15th on back. All in this pack. They're trying to run down these front guys. They're 4 wide once again, and they somehow make it work once again as Adam McDowell leads. Patrick Smith to the apron, the 09, trying to take evasive action to miss the 4 wide move that just happened. He gets back up on track, no worries there, but these 3 back here, James DeKrogan, Jeff Bright, and Alexander Rowe, have fallen back as the caution has come out. Caution number 1. For Wreckin' 1 and 2, Eli Bright and Joe Sandrovich. And this could change this race. 12 cars have pulled away, and now it's going to be the whole pack in a line as they come back to the stripe with 10 laps to go. Christian Parker in the 40 out front. Second will be your pulse there, Roland Cook. As how did this happen? A 2-car wreck in the middle of the big pack. Eli Bright in the 88 has damage. Joe Sandrovich in the 20 has more damage. See back there, that car smoking hard. Let's check out how this crash occurred. We said it. 4 wide can only work so long. And they had tested it, and finally the 41 Marco Chapez pushes Eli Bright in the 88 up into Wyatt Walker, and then that gets Joe Sandrovich in all of it. And those 2 cars go hard into the outside wall. Sandrovich will definitely be out of this race. Eli Bright may not be out of it, but if he's in the race, he's definitely going to be slower. He's not going to be a factor to win this one. And you can see the 41 Viapez makes it 4 wide down there. The 88 slides up into the 81, trying to give the 41 room, and the rest of the cars behind take evasive action down to the bottom lane. Great job by everyone, but just a very, very tough break for Sandrovich and Bright in that situation. Nothing Sandrovich or Bright really could have done there. The 41 just made it 4 wide, and maybe the 88 was a little bit higher than he should have been, but he definitely wanted to give the 41 enough room, or else it would have been a bigger crash even, as the 41 and the 88 probably would have hooked up into the pack. So the 1400 Powers keeps 1 lap down, but that's basically going to be it for him. He's not going to be able to get a lap back here, as Christian Parker led them back to the stripe, and he leads back to the green flag as well. That 40 car's out front and looking good. We'll take the green flag with 6 laps to go here at Chicago. Joe Sandrovich is out because of that crash. Hunter Powers and Eli Bright both a lap down. After Bright was involved in the crash, Powers came down pit road under the green flag for an unscheduled pit stop. Your points leaders right now, 38th on track, Jim Gambit, so hopefully he can gain some positions here. 6 laps to go, anything can happen. So Christian Parker in the 40 out front for this restart. In second, you have the A7 Roland Cook. Then third, Jonathan Beeford. 4th, Patrick Smith. 5th is Adam McDowell. Then 6th, you have Isaac Nichols. 7th, Gatlin Downey. 8th, James DeKrogan. Eli Bright in the 88 in the middle of this pack. Then you got 9th, Juan Garcia. Alexander Rowe 10th. Then on back, the rest of the field and the rest of the lineup, as we will determine a winner here at Chicago. Pace cars in. Christian Parker out front in the 40. Roland Cook by him in second. Has the lap car. Eli Bright pay a factor in this as they come down the front stretch into the restart zone. They will come. Final restart of the night. We're thinking green flag back out. We're back racing at Chicago. Christian Parker on the gas. 88 is slow. He goes to the bottom lane. Does he hold up his teammate and father, Jeff Bright? He does. Inside lane not going to be the place to be unless the 62 clears right here. If the 62 can clear and the 88 moves up, which it looks like he might do right here. I would hope Eli moves up here and lets the 5 and the 81 move to that bottom lane. Jeff's going to force a lane down there, so a few cars get away. Roland Cook now leads as they come to 5 laps to go. If the yellow comes out, the race is over. 5 to go at Chicago. It's still separation now, so that restart didn't really do anything with the 88 starting up towards the front. Really just allowed different cars to try now, and maybe just a little bit more. I think that's about 14 cars now. Yeah, 14 with Jennifer Buford, Jeff Brighton 15th, really kind of stuck there. As we look for a second, Gatlin down in the 52 to the inside. As Jay Jefferson, Code Luigi, Michael Ferris in the 18, along with Jennifer Buford towards the back of this pack. They're going to try and run it down with now 4 laps to go. 4 left here at Chicago. Gatlin Downing now to second, trying to run down Roland Cook. Gets a better run through 1 and 2, down on that white line. They race down the back now. The 52 towards the back bumper, the A7, pushing them down the back. I think Jennifer Buford's lost touch with the pack. So it might just be a 13-horse race now. As they come around to see 3 laps to go. Gatlin Downey side by side for the race lead. Move the 52 to the top spot. Not quite yet. The 87 with the run off the top leads the lap with 3 laps to go. 13 cars have a shot. And McDowell for third. It'll be for second in a little bit because James McCurligan might make it 3 wide towards the middle lane. And still racing hard, charging down this back. Alexander Rose broken his way into the top 5 in the A2. As he's moving underneath the A7 in the 01. As they come to the stripe, Gatlin Downey with the race lead with 2 to go. He cleared the 16 somehow. Code Luigi down the apron. Controls the car, keeps it going. He loses a few positions right there, but keeps his race alive. As McDowell gets pushed up high by Alexander Rowe. Here they come now, down the back stretch. They'll see the white flag this time. Alexander Rowe with the push from Jay Jefferson to try and get underneath Gatlin Downey. As they race through 3 and 4, they make it to the white flag. Will finish the race under green. They're side by side once again. Downey up top. Alexander Rowe down low. One more time around Chicago on the Sunoco 200. They're side by side for the race lead. Gatlin Downey and Alexander Rowe. Jay Jefferson, the one behind them, hoping to try and make a last lap pass. They go through 1 and 2. Now down the back stretch. Alexander Rowe has the race lead. Gatlin down in the outside lane. Jay Jefferson, the one going to try and charge. As they hit turns 3 and 4 for the final time tonight. Alexander Rowe leading. Moves up high. Jay Jefferson, the one looking to the bottom. They come off a 4. Another side-by-side finisher at Chicago. It'll be Alexander Rowe up top to win. As it was a 13-car pack, and Alexander Rowe holds off Jay Jefferson for the victory as he wins the Sunoco 200 Chicago. Jefferson tried hard, just did not get the run he needed off of the corner, and Rowe beats him by less than a car length. Once again, we mentioned we don't know the last time the margin of victory was more than a car length here at Chicago in the Target Series. I don't know if there's ever been a race like that, as Alexander Rowe holds off Jay Jefferson and the others for the trophy, the Sunoco 200. Let's go check the finishing results. Here are the finishing results from the Sunoco 200 Chicago. There's 1 caution flag for 4 laps, and 13 lead changes among 8 different drivers. Alexander Rowe in the A2 starts 5th, ends up winning the race. Jay Jefferson, the 1, tried to close down, he ends up 2nd. Gatlin Downey ends up 3rd, and McDowell in 4th, and Jonathan Buford in 5th. Roland Cook in the A7 was up front all race. He ends up 6th after starting on pole. James McCurligan in 7th, right where he started. Christian Parker leading the most laps of 6th, ending up 8th. Code Luigi in 9th, great result for him. And Michael Ferris at top 10 here at Chicago. So there's your top 20. Came down to 13 cars at the end. Jennifer Buford on a land of her own. There at the end of her start, 42nd, not too bad for her. And then 15th on back, stuck behind Eli Bright on the restart. As Joe Jefferson in the 30 ends up 18th. He was 2nd in points coming into this race. Your points leader in the 31, Jim Gamet, ends up 27th. Not the day he was hoping for, but he keeps that points lead. Some others down here trying to rebound their season, still having a tough time doing that. Let's go look at the point standings. 7 races down here at the points. Teammates still 1-2 in points. Jim Gamet with the points lead. Joe Jefferson is 2nd. Then you got Marco Chapez in 3rd. Gatlin Downey 4th. Jennifer Buford in 5th. Then Jonathan Buford in 6th. Alexander Rowe 7th. As he picks up another victory here this season. Michael Ferris in 8th. Code Luigi up into the top 10. He's 9th. And Justin Heath riding out the top 10. So there's your top 20. See right now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 winners in the top 10 in points. Jim Garrett leading the points, Gatlin Downey and Jennifer Buford. Then Alexander Rowe with his 2 victories this season, his only top 10s. And they got the 23 Justin Heath as well. A winner who had to be top 30 in points to use their win to get into the chase. As Hunter Powers, your other winner this season in the 14, he missed a few races, so he's down at the bottom of the points pile, along with some of these drivers down here hoping to rebound. There you see Hunter Powers down there, has started 3 races, and he's done, we'll see next race how he's done compared to Jake West, as they have pretty much the same amount of points, but Hunter Power is still lower in points than West, so it'll be interesting to see if Powers can try and pass West and get up there into the top 30. It'll be very interesting because he's driving the rest of the season, that 14 car. So the next race will be at Texas Motor Speedway, the repaved Texas Motor Speedway for the Ford 300. See you guys then.